So my gravy starts on medium heat in a saucepan. I'm sure everybody's got one of these at home. And we're going to start with some Earth Balance butter. If you guys aren't familiar with Earth Balance, in my opinion, it's probably the best vegan butter out there on the market. Definitely resembles butter more so than anything else. There's also Smart Balance at Publix, which is pretty good too. You can find Earth Balance at Chamberlain's and Whole Foods. I think they sell them at the tubs too in Publix, in the small tubs. So with the gravy, we're going to do 2 sticks of Earth Balance butter on medium heat. Throw that in your sauce pot. And we're going to let that cook down all the way till the butter is melted.
No.
Once the butter is melted, we're going to add all-purpose flour. Now, I use unbleached organic all-purpose flour by King Arthur. They make a pretty good product. You can use any all-purpose flour that you want. It's basically, we're just making a roux here. So you could use wheat flour if you want. You could use just about any flour. It's just going to take on a different taste. It might have a different consistency. Just play with the levels. So for this recipe, we're going to put a half cup of flour. Now my butter's not melted, but we're going to pretend like it is. So, put a half cup of flour in there. Once the flour's in, you want to stir it till it becomes a loose pancake batter consistency. Some people like to cook their roux a bit longer. This is what this is, by the way, if you guys don't know what a roux is. Roux is just butter and flour, or oil and flour. This butter just happens to be made from vegetable oil. In Louisiana, they'll cook their roux a bit longer just to get a deeper, darker taste to it. If you wanted to do this with this gravy, you're more than welcome to. It's just going to have a different flavor. So once the roux is cooked, you get a nice consistency to it. You don't want to cook it for too long, or else it will burn and stick to your pot, and you'll have that burned taste throughout. So if you're going to cook your roux longer, then make sure you stir while you're cooking it. Yes? I don't really use much gluten-free anything, to be honest with you. I'm sure it can be done. I just, for this recipe specifically, it calls for regular old flour. So once we have that roux at the right consistency, I'm spilling stuff all over the place, we're going to add 3 cups of water. Now this batch of gravy will probably feed, I'd say, 6 to 8 people, depending on how much you like gravy. I really like gravy. I put gravy on just about anything, but I'm also a fat vegan. So once you got the gravy in, just stir it up good, the water. And then you want to add 1 tablespoon of vegetable base. I use just a sauté vegetable base. It comes like a paste almost. You can also use bouillon cubes. A lot of times if you look on the package, it'll tell you how much bouillon or how much vegetable base you use per water. So we're going to put a tablespoon in here. A trick too, if the vegetable base gets stuck on your spoon, dip the vegetable base in the spoon in oil before you try to scoop the vegetable base, and it'll slide right off of there. Okay, now once I've got the vegetable base in, I'm going to stir it up again. Remember, you want to keep stirring the gravy so it doesn't settle too much on the bottom. You don't want to burn the gravy. So the next step is the most important ingredient, which gives it the flavor, is liquid aminos. Who has heard of Bragg's? Anybody? Oh, a lot of people. Awesome. This is the magical ingredient that I use in a lot of my recipes. Instead of salt, it also gives it kind of a meaty flavor to it. It's just it's an all-purpose seasoning. It's a soy protein. It's got tons of amino acids in it. It's pretty awesome if you ask me. Veronica, you want to pass this around? This is my lovely assistant Veronica, by the way. So I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of rag to this recipe. I forgot to open it. Hey, alright. Come on in.
Black bean burger. Extra ketchup. Extra ketchup. Yes.
So get that bragged in there. 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to stir it up. Already my sauce, my gravy is pretty thick. And that's just about it. You want to cook the gravy to the desired thickness. If it's too thick, then add a little bit of water.